Hello, everyone. This is Wrestling Watcher, a YouTube channel that's about watching professional wrestling. So, the rumor is right now that John Cena will be the headliner for the Hall of Fame in 2026. That would be WrestleMania 42 weekend, where they're going back to Las Vegas. Now, look, John Cena is a first ballot Hall of Famer to be certain. Coming into the company in June of, I believe, 2002. Yes, 2002, June. From that first match on with Kurt Angle going forward, he was special, in my opinion. Now, it's crazy to think about because by the fall of 2003, before he turned babyface in November of that year, he got, in my opinion, to the easily top two, maybe top heel of that show. Because if you remember, Brock Lesnar was the top heel as the champion, but John Cena was that young, rapping heel that, they made sure that Michael Cole hated extra to really try and get him over in that heel spot. And he easily got to be number two heel on that show. I don't even think number three would be fair. I think right behind Brock, who was champion, Cena was rising up as that top heel. And arguably, he got to be more over than Brock, in my opinion, because he could talk. And he was funny, and he was ruthless on the mic. And then he turned babyface. That later that year, I believe it was right after a match with Rey Mysterio. He was a heel in that match, and you can watch it on YouTube where he cuts this heel promo on Rey Mysterio. And the fans are cheering, and you can even see Rey Mysterio's face when the fans pop for what John Cena says. Rey Mysterio smiles and sort of nods his head like, you see that? You're over. And then right after that, I believe he was attacked by the Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar heel team for Survivor Series. I'm not even sure if Paul Heyman was part of that, but it was that Survivor Series match where he officially really was his first babyface match. And that was 2003. We're in 2025. That's over 2 decades of being a top star in a company. That is unreal. I mean, when you think about it, most television shows, if they go 7 seasons, it's considered a hit show, right? 7 seasons. I mean, and that's under the old format where it was 22 episodes a year, which was a lot of work. That was a lot of work back then. And that was just 22 episodes a year. John Cena was weekly, episodic, week to week, staying over as a television star. That's really impressive when you think about it. Now, yes, he's had plenty of part-time, spots there, starting, I believe, in 2017 moving forward. But still, to even still be over at this juncture is pretty impressive. Now, as far as the Hall of Fame goes, who should induct him? The first and most obvious choice would be Randy Orton. I think the second most obvious choice would be Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Edge, if AEW would allow that. I think that would be the second best choice. I think the first goes Orton, second goes Adam Copeland. Now, look, I don't think this will ever happen, but I think Vince McMahon inducting John Cena would be fair too. I don't think that'll happen at this juncture, but I think it would be deserving. That would be my third choice. Fourth choice in that, maybe CM Punk, his rival, or fourth choice you can argue could be AJ Styles. If you're going to have a top 5, I would say Randy Orton, Edge, Mr. McMahon, Vince McMahon, CM Punk, and then maybe AJ Styles. I think that might be my top 5 for who should induct John Cena. But it definitely should be one of those things, because he's going to get a massive, massive applause there, in my opinion. He's going to get a standing ovation, and it's going to go on for maybe 5 minutes, and well deserved. It's John Cena. I mean, say what you want about him, but I mean, that top white meat babyface spot, when you think of WWE from now on for the next couple decades, John Cena's going to be that top face you think of. For a long time it was Hulk Hogan. From the 80s to the mid-90s, you think WWF, WWE, WWF at the time, you would have thought Hulk Hogan. That spot's going to be John Cena for a long time, because every time he does something, every time he's on like a late night talk show or some kind of big interview, he always promotes that wrestling is his first love. He'll talk about a WrestleMania. He'll talk about WWE. He'll promote that. That's sort of baked him in as the top guy of that company, perpetually, in my opinion. But that's going to be all for this one, guys. Thanks for listening.